Imagine two people. They earn the same salary. Maybe $80,000 a year or $100,000. They live in the same city, same neighborhood, even the same type of apartment building. They're the same age, maybe 35 or 40. From the outside, from a distance, they look like they're living identical lives. But one of them sleeps peacefully at night. They fall asleep easily, stay asleep through the night, wake up rested. Money is not a source of anxiety. It's just a tool, something they've learned to manage. And the other one checks their bank account before buying coffee. Not before buying a car or a house, before buying coffee. Because there's a constant, low-grade fear. A worry that maybe, somehow, the money won't be there. A need to confirm, every time, that it's still safe. Why? What's the difference? They earn the same. They live the same. They look the same. Here's the truth that nobody explains, the truth that changes everything once you understand it. Money is not about how much you earn. It's about what level you're playing on. Two people can have the same income but live in completely different money realities. One is building freedom. The other is building a trap. And the difference is not visible on the outside. It's visible in the levels. Today, I'm going to show you all the levels. A map of the money journey that almost nobody ever sees. I'm going to show you where you are, where you're trying to go, and most importantly, what it actually takes to move from one level to the next. My name is Elon. Not the famous one, just a regular guy who spent years studying how money really works. And I break down money so simply that even a 12-year-old could understand it. No complicated finance words. No fake motivation or get-rich-quick promises. Just the truth about how money actually moves through people's lives. Because once you understand these levels, once you see where you are and where you're trying to go, you will never look at money the same way again. You'll stop comparing your income to other people and start comparing your level. You'll stop chasing more and start climbing smarter. Negative net worth. This is where everything feels heavy. Where money is not a tool or a resource, but a constant source of pressure and anxiety. You work, sometimes very hard, but your money disappears. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a giant hole in the bottom. You pour water in, but it flows right out. You earn, it leaks. You save, it leaks. You try to get ahead, but you're always falling back. At this level, you're in debt. Credit cards with high interest rates, student loans that won't stop growing, car payments that eat up your paycheck, maybe a mortgage that's stretched too thin. The hole is the debt, and it's getting deeper faster than you can fill it. And here's the cruel part. The system makes it worse. The fees, the interest, the penalties, all designed to keep you exactly where you are. Interest grows faster than your income. One mistake, one late payment, one unexpected expense, can cost you days or weeks of work. The hole has gravity. It pulls you down. At this level, the goal is not investing. It's not saving for retirement. It's not building wealth. Those are dreams for later. The goal is simple, urgent, and singular. Stop the leak. Plug the hole. Get out of the high-interest debt. Stop the bleeding. Everything else comes after. $0 to $10,000 in net worth. Now something changes. Something that feels almost miraculous after being in the hole. You're not drowning anymore. You've stopped the leak. The debt is gone, or at least under control. And you finally have a little space. A small cushion in your bank account. A few $1,000s that you don't have to spend immediately. And it feels amazing. The weight lifts. You can breathe. You can think. You can start to imagine a future that isn't just about survival. But here's the trap. The trap is that you confuse relief with safety. Relief is temporary. It's the feeling of coming up for air after being underwater. It's real, it's important, but it's not the same as being safe. Safety is stable. Safety means you're not one emergency away from going back into the hole. At this level, you're still vulnerable. One car repair, one medical bill, one job loss, and you're right back to level 1. The cushion is there, but it's thin. It gives you room to breathe, but not enough to relax. The goal at level 2 is to build the cushion. To turn relief into stability. To grow that $10,000 into $20,000 into a real emergency fund that can absorb the surprises life throws at you. $10,000 to $50,000 in net worth now you're building. You're not just surviving anymore. You're creating something. You're saving consistently, maybe automatically, every month without fail. You're thinking about the future, about what comes next, about where you want to be in 5 or 10 years. The panic is gone. The daily anxiety has faded. You have a foundation. But here's the hard truth about level 3. Your money is still weak. It's growing, but slowly. It's like planting seeds and expecting a forest tomorrow. You water them, you care for them, but they don't turn into trees overnight. They take time. Years of time. This is where most people quit. Not because they're lazy, not because they're bad with money, but because it feels like nothing is happening. The growth is invisible. The progress is slow. The excitement of level 2 has faded, and the real wealth of higher levels feels impossibly far away. But this is where winners are made. This is the level that separates people who eventually build wealth from people who never get there. Because at level 3, you have to trust the process. You have to keep watering the seeds even when you can't see the forest. You have to stay consistent when it's boring, stay patient when it's slow, stay the course when everyone else seems to be moving faster. $50,000 to $100,000 in net worth. This is where life starts to look good from the outside. You have a car, maybe a nice one. You have a home, or at least a nice apartment. You have a stable income that covers everything comfortably. You can go out to dinner without checking your balance. You can take a vacation without stressing about the cost. From the outside, from the perspective of someone at level 1 or 2, you've made it. You look successful. You look like you have everything figured out. But inside? Inside, you feel pressure. Constant, quiet, never-ending pressure. Because everything depends on your paycheck. The car, the home, the lifestyle, all of it requires that your income never stops. Miss 1 month, lose your job, get sick, and everything shakes. The whole carefully constructed life wobbles. This level has the biggest lie. The lie you tell yourself and the world. I'm doing well. And in some ways, you are. You're better off than most. But in reality, you're just well-dressed stress. You've built a life that looks good but isn't secure. You're one disruption away from falling back several levels. The goal at level 4 is to see through the illusion. To recognize that looking good and being secure are not the same thing. To start building real safety underneath the comfortable surface. $100,000 to $250,000 in net worth. This is where things finally change. This is where money starts to feel different. Your money starts helping you. Not a lot, not enough to quit your job or change your life, but enough to notice. Enough to feel the shift. Let's put numbers on it. At $100,000, with an average return of 8%, your money is generating about $8,000 a year. That's $660 a month. That's a car payment, or groceries, or a significant portion of your rent. It's real money that you didn't have to work for. It's like hiring your first employee. They don't do everything, they don't replace you, but they take some weight off. They handle some of the work. They give you a little more space, a little more freedom. And this is the level where one habit, one single decision, determines everything about your financial future. When your money starts growing, you have a choice. Do you invest the growth, Let it compound, let the employee take on more work? Or do you spend it, upgrade your lifestyle, reward yourself for reaching this level? One choice builds freedom. The other builds a bigger cage. A nicer car, a better apartment, a more expensive lifestyle that feels like progress but actually locks you in tighter. The people who move beyond level 5 are the ones who choose to keep building, who don't mistake a little growth for enough, who let their money keep working even when it's tempting to spend. $250,000 to $500,000 in net worth. Now life feels genuinely comfortable. Real comfort, not just the illusion of it. You take nice vacations. You have a nice home in a good neighborhood. You have a good income that supports everything easily. You're not stressed about money day to day. You feel like you've finally made it. But here's the hidden truth about level 6. The truth that traps so many people right here. You've built a life you can't step away from. Everything depends on your job. The house, the car, the lifestyle, all of it requires your income to continue. You have wealth, but it's not enough to live on. You have freedom, but only as long as you keep working. You didn't escape the system. You upgraded your position inside it. You're now a highly paid, well-resourced participant in the same machine. The cage is just nicer now. The bars are made of gold. This is called the golden cage. It's comfortable. It's enviable. It's what most people think of as success. But it's still a cage. You still have to show up. You still have to answer to someone. You still can't say no without risking everything. The goal at level 6 is to recognize the cage for what it is. To stop celebrating comfort and start building escape. $500,000 to $1 million in net worth. Now something powerful happens. Something that changes the fundamental relationship between you and money. Your money starts working even when you're not. While you sleep, it grows. While you relax, it builds. While you're living your life, it's quietly accumulating more. Let's do the math again. At $500,000, an 8% return is $40,000 a year. That's a full salary for many people. At $750,000, it's $60,000. At $900,000, it's $72,000. You're not just working for money anymore. Money is starting to work for you. The employee you hired back at level 5 is now a full-time partner, contributing as much as you do. Maybe more. This is the shift. This is the moment where life changes. You're no longer chasing money, running after it, trying to catch it. Money is starting to chase you. It's starting to accumulate on its own momentum. At this level, you can feel the finish line. You can see what freedom looks like. The goal is within reach. Around $1 million in net worth, you reach $1 million. The number you've been chasing for years, maybe decades. The milestone that was supposed to change everything. You expect a new life. You expect a new feeling. You expect to feel different, to be different, to finally have arrived. But nothing changes. The same routine. The same morning coffee. The same job, maybe, or the same concerns. The same mindset you had at level 4 or 5 is still with you. Because here's the truth that nobody tells you, the truth that surprises almost everyone who reaches this level. Money doesn't change you. It reveals you. If you were anxious at level 4, you'll be anxious at level 8. If you were generous at level 3, you'll be generous at level 8. If you were constantly comparing yourself to others at level 5, you'll still be comparing yourself at level 8. The number changes. The person doesn't. Not unless you've been working on the inside as much as the outside. This level is a mirror. It shows you who you really are, not who you thought you'd become. And for many people, that's the hardest lesson of all. Beyond $1 million now you have something rare. Something that most people never experience in their entire lives. Choice. You don't have to work. You choose to, if you want, because you enjoy it, because it gives you purpose, because it's meaningful. But you're not trapped. You could stop tomorrow and be fine. You don't stress about money. You control it. It's not controlling you. The monthly calculations, the Sunday night anxiety, the constant checking before purchases, all of that is gone. This is where life finally feels light. Where the weight that has been on your shoulders your entire adult life, the pressure to earn, to provide, to maintain, is finally lifted. At this level, you're not rich in the way movies show rich people. You might not have a mansion or a yacht. But you have something more valuable. You have time. You have attention. You have the ability to spend your one life on things that actually matter to you. This is real freedom. Multiple millions at the highest level, money becomes something else entirely. It's no longer something you think about. It's no longer a source of anxiety or even excitement. It's just a tool. A machine that works in the background, faster than you could ever work, growing without effort, generating more than you could ever spend. This is a different world. The rules are different here. The problems are different. The opportunities are different. But here's the danger. Here's what happens to many people at this level. They lose it. Not because they're stupid, not because they make obvious mistakes, but because they never learned how money actually works at this level. They spent their whole life climbing to the top, but they never understood the environment at the top. Different risks, different taxes, different structures. And without that understanding, the wealth that took decades to build can disappear in years. The highest level requires the highest discipline. Not discipline to save, but discipline to understand, to learn, to adapt to a completely new set of rules. Listen carefully. What I'm about to tell you is the most important thing in this entire video. Your life will not change overnight. There is no single moment, no magic number, no instant transformation. It will change through small decisions. Thousands of them, made over years and decades. The car you choose, the one that saves you $300 a month instead of impressing your neighbors. The money you save, automatically, before you even see it. The habits you repeat, day after day, even when they're boring, even when nothing seems to be happening. Every decision moves you up one level or keeps you stuck where you are. There is no neutral. You're either climbing or you're falling. There is no shortcut. No secret investment, no crypto miracle, no get-rich-quick scheme that will skip you to the top. Anyone who promises you otherwise is selling something that doesn't exist. But there is a path. A clear, visible, understandable path through the levels. From the hole to the breath, from the builder to the turning point, from the golden trap to real freedom. And now you know the path. Now you can see the map. Now you can understand where you are and where you're trying to go. The rest is up to you. If you want to understand money in a way that most people never will, in a way that actually helps you climb the levels instead of just dreaming about them, subscribe right now. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about money. We don't give generic tips or recycled advice. We show you how to escape the system. How to see through the illusions. How to actually, practically, level up. New videos every week. And before you go, write in the comments what level you think you're at right now. Be honest. That's where the work begins. See you in the next video.